Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Talking Reds. And it was a big game on Sunday between Arsenal and Liverpool. A 2-2 draw ended up, and there's a brilliant result for Liverpool in the end. However, the talking moments, the big controversial moments in the game itself, but also the biggest talking moment was the starting 11s. Arsenal had Odegaard out, Saliba out from the start. They got Gabriel injured halfway through. Calafiori is missing as well. Timber came off towards the end as well, but also Liverpool missing a few players. Jota, Elliott, Alisson Becker. We were missing a few players. However, this episode we are going to react to a tweet given by, I'm going to say his name on Twitter, AFC Amden is called on Twitter. Just like we did last week with United Trade, we reacted to that. Stu didn't know what United Trade said online. Just like Tom Rice here is not going to know what AFC Amden's going to say. So it's going to be an instant reaction for my man here, and I want to see what his thoughts on this and what his thoughts going forward on our best. You'll get what I'm saying in a minute. So basically, AFC Amden said that Liverpool is concerned, as an Arsenal fan, is concerned that Liverpool, that was their best 11 they had out on Sunday, and they couldn't beat Arsenal with the likes of Caviar, Partey right back, and youngsters coming in as well. So he said, as a Liverpool fan, I'd be concerned. Number one, was that Liverpool's best 11? And number two, are you concerned?
I think nowadays, especially when you're kind of looking at, like, I'd say the top four, there's no such thing as a best 11 because you need a squad to actually win trophies. So, of course, Curtis Jones started, and people may say, well, is he a first 11 player, or literally is he like the starting player for like Liverpool? Sometimes you don't have to be a starting player as long as everyone knows what they have to do when they come off the bench or when they start. So I don't believe in just having a first 11 and thinking that's it. And your second question was, sorry?
Are you concerned that we drew to Arsenal despite not having, despite us having his best 11, as AFC Amden said?
Absolutely not. Away from home, last season Arsenal beat us, so we have to absolutely kind of look at this season as possibly a 3-horse race. Getting a point away from home against, for me, I still see Arsenal as favourites, is an amazing result. Again, we are kind of looking at clutch moments. We are kind of looking at, Salah scoring in the last 10 minutes. We are looking at a Liverpool team that had to come from behind twice. And again, possibly under, I don't want to mention his name, but could we have conceded more goals if we were chasing the game under our former manager? I don't know. So, no, again, it's not 2 points dropped. Everyone keeps on saying this is now going to be the period where like Liverpool will either pass the test or fail the test. And so far, we've got 3 points from Chelsea. We've got a good win in Europe, and we've got a draw against Arsenal. So far, I would probably call it a B+.
That's pretty. I couldn't agree more, because at the end of the day, we were favourites going into that. And we look at whatever people would describe as Liverpool's best 11. You couldn't say that was Liverpool's best 11 anyway, just because Alisson Becker is the best keeper in the world. So he's a nailed on start number one. And obviously, Arsenal fans were joyous that Jota were missing. Absolutely joyous. I spoke to Cecil and Basil before the match, for the weekend, and they were so happy that Jota wasn't playing. So you'd regard him as the best 11 as well. So looking at both teams, when they were missing Odegaard and Saliba mainly, they're the two major. I'd say it was quite similar in terms of the personnel missing. Saka started, Timber started. I know towards the end they lost Gabriel, they lost Timber towards the end as well. But as a starting 11, regarding the tweet, I think it's a bit of a nonsense tweet. I think he's just probably trying to feel a bit better about the result himself. Arsenal fans probably will see it as 2 points dropped because they went in the lead twice against the Liverpool team. I wouldn't say we played amazingly. Certainly not, especially that first half. We got dominated first half. Second half we improved a little bit, but not enough to really worry Arsenal. I don't think. I don't think Arsenal. I think Arsenal should have won the game regardless, because we didn't play that amazingly. So it is then for them. It's 2 points drop. For us, like you said, it's a point gained, and you're not going to win every game, are you? So and if you're going to draw games, you'd rather do it against your title rivals at the top, away, especially away, than drawing to someone like Leicester away.
Yeah, so true.
Where do you put us? Where do you put us now in title race? Would you still see Arsenal favourites?
I still see Arsenal as favourites. You know, I'm not trying to be very realistic here. We are still in single digits in the Premier League. I still see Arsenal. I still see Man City finishing second. I said at the start of the season that Liverpool will finish fourth and Spurs will finish third. I think I may have to swap that a little bit. I think Liverpool will probably finish third, but it's still so early. You know, there's going to be so like many twists and turns and again, another thing that I just want to say is that Arsenal couldn't afford to lose that game after losing against Bournemouth the like previous week. They could not afford to lose 2 in a bounce, because we all know you're allowed maybe to lose 3, possibly if you're lucky. So you know, I think they would also have taken a draw, especially in the form that we were in as well. And again, like, we don't concede a lot of chances. We don't concede goals as well. So I am very confident now. If we like do go maybe a goal or 2 up, that's kind of like the end of the game. So I know Arteta probably thought that in the back of his mind and thinking, you know what, if someone was going to offer me a draw right now, he definitely would have taken it.
That's what I predicted at the start of, and in the preview, that I thought it'd be a draw, just because I thought it'd get to the point in the game where both teams didn't want to lose, both managers didn't want to lose, and it sort of got to that, didn't it? The last 10 minutes, I know Arsenal got that goal at the end where it was disallowed, but both teams didn't really push for it, did it? The last 10 minutes when we got that equaliser, they both seemed to be happy with a draw. They sat off. I was disappointed that we did sit off a little bit and didn't push for a winner, but it's a draw. And what do you make of City at the moment? Obviously, 1-0 win against Southampton. They're not really picking up trees, are they?
Yeah, but you know, we all know that City don't really get into gear until after Christmas. I think it's a little bit different now because Rodri's, you know, injured for the whole season, and yes, they are still getting the results, but it does feel like how Liverpool were playing last season, where we were just about getting the result, but then it comes to a time where you just either run, you know, you kind of run out of luck, you run out of steam, and then the other teams just kind of catch you up, and it kind of feels like that with like Man City. However, Man City have the money in January to like strengthen, you know, if they need to, and I think that they will, because of course they've like, you know, lost Alvarez, and of course they've like, you know, lost Rodri. And Alvarez, no matter what people thought about him, he would at least get you 15 goals in all competitions.
Yeah.
And again, Rodri's just been voted the best player in the world. So, you know, and you've lost him for like the whole season. So, you know, again, Man City are still getting the results, you know, and again, ask me the same question January, February time, and then I could probably give you a more straightforward answer.
I think that January is massive in terms of, I think we need to address our DM and left back where we do it in January. We didn't do it in summer, which annoys me, because we should have done it in summer. And now we're seeing like Robbo now. The signs were there last year for Robbo dropping off, unfortunately, and now we're seeing it now. It's costing us points and costing us goals, and it will do throughout the season. Regarding Liverpool's best 11, though, also the tweet was about this was Liverpool's best 11. I think everyone knows it wasn't Liverpool's best 11. Right now, everyone's fit. Right, everyone's fit. You got Elliott back, you got Bradley back, Alisson back, Jota back. What is your starting 11? I'm just going to read the back. I'm going to see Alisson Becker as red. All right, I'm not
Yeah.
not him debate
Yeah.
nicely. So the back four.
Okay, so back four: Trent, Wright, Kanate, and Van Dijk. Left back, you've got to still say Robbo. Just say Robbo, I think. Midfield
Gomez?
3.
What about Gomez at left back?
Yeah, you know what? And I know Gomez can actually do a job there, and I think he's been really unlucky so far this season. I don't know if he's been injured, but of course, like he did really well in Klopp's last season, as in last season anyway. Like he did really, really well. But I think Robbo still gives us that little bit of that kind of dynamic agility in the final third, which Gomez just doesn't have. But again, that's the only position where I'm like maybe I'm kind of resting on my loyalties to Robbo more so. But I'm gonna stick with Robbo at left back. The midfield trio: Gravenberch. Oh, okay. Gravenberch, McAllister.
This is one for me.
Yeah.
If everyone's fit as well.
If everyone's fit, is it Szoboszlai or Curtis?
Oh, what about Elliot? See, Elliot's in my mind.
See, Elliot is probably maybe. Oh, yeah. Okay, you know what? Gravenberch, Curtis, Mac 10. And then the front three of Diaz, Jota, and Salah.
So yeah, Jota Benitez for your main forward. Do you think we should improve? Do you think we should improve in January though, based on that? And then we've got a few tens. We've got Szoboszlai, Elliot. Obviously, Gravenberch needs a rest every now and then. He ain't going to get it, is he, at the moment? McAllister's not going to hardly get any rest at the moment. We've got Endo as backup, but Endo, we know, is not that level. And the Robbo situation, do you think that's going to cost us in the end, the Robbo situation as well?
Is it going to cost us? I mean, yeah, you know what? I think everyone knows like the running power that Robbo had in his prime, and when you can do so much running like that, after a while it's like gonna catch up with you because he didn't have to do that with defending. Do I think it's gonna cost us? I mean, we will definitely concede goals and chances, but I am convinced that we will have too much for the majority of teams in the in the Premier League. Do I think Liverpool should strengthen in January? Absolutely. Zubamende is still a player I would love to see in a Liverpool shirt. I would also like to see Dumfries as well from Inter Milan. I know that he's a predominantly a right-sided right, well, like a right back, but
he can play.
But I think that Trent could possibly go left and still be as influential.
That's a big call, That's a big call.
Yeah. But yeah, I think those are the only changes that I would additions that I would make. I think our forward line is good. Of course, we've got Nunes, who I think is now beginning to find his feet a little bit more now in the stop system, and we've got Gakpo that looks very, very lively as well.
Technically, though, we still haven't really got that Salah replacement because Chiesa, we're not even seeing Chiesa. It's come out today again that Chiesa, we don't know he's even there. He's on, he's in, he's off, he's in. This is
true.
what we warned everyone about. This is what was going to happen with Chiesa. Everyone was worried about Chiesa doing this, and the fact that we didn't really in all that summer transfer window, we didn't really buy anyone. We bought Chiesa that's not available now, and also the keeper, the Mamardashvili, that's going to us next year. Yeah.
So honestly, I genuinely believe that Slot is rebuilding. Oh, not necessarily rebuilding, but reorganizing this Liverpool team for next season. I think next season, getting in the top 4 is is a necessity, and a trophy would be an absolute bonus.
Yeah.
Let's probably start judging Slot from next season, which sounds crazy because again, he's only going to be like a year and a half into his, like his tenure. But I think the players are still getting used to the system. I think the fans are probably even getting used to how less animated he is at Anfield and how he
How less
speaks.
animated our team is as well, because it is a little bit more boring, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But I mean, so yeah, I'm actually again quietly confident for next season. For this season, a top 4 finish, even if we are trophyless, I think that'd be a-okay for me.
I was thinking, you said there about left back, putting Trent to left back and possibly getting Dumfries. Do we take advantage of maybe Aït-Nouri was one player that we got linked to in the summer? Do you think we take advantage of Wolves in the situation? Because Wolves haven't started well this season at all. They've not yet to win. They've yet to win a game. Aït-Nouri must be thinking, I want to get out really at some point.
Possibly, but how much would Wolves actually want for him? Maybe 30, 40 million?
Depends. Yeah, can they ask of much because of the situation they're in? Can they really ask of much? Do you think?
But also as well, I'm actually guessing that Wolves have probably got some sort of clause in his in his contract.
Probably, yeah.
And probably unless they go down, I can't see Liverpool going in for someone like that in January. And again, I don't know if you've heard anything about him actually, his like desire to leave Wolves, but he seems very comfortable there, and I think Wolves will be okay anyway. But yeah, he's a kind of another player that really interests me as well. But again, you'll be looking at 40 million pounds plus to try and prize him away from Wolves at this present moment in time.
Zubimendi, you mentioned Zubimendi, but it's a tricky one, Zubimendi, because it's obvious that Man City are going to be in for Zubimendi now as well. We had pretty much free roam at Zubimendi in the summer. We give him time to. We should have put the money straight away. We give him time then to change his mind. He did change his mind in the end. Chose to stay. So, but if City come in and they're serious about it, it's going to be hard to go back and say, look, we still want you. And when City are smoking around, then City are going to be favourites for Champions League, favourites for the league.
But I think the thing that's going to probably go against City now is Pep Guardiola. How long is Pep going to be at Man City? Does Zubimendi want to come in knowing that Pep's going to leave within a season or two? Liverpool right now is probably the most attractive project. It's a new manager. It's a new philosophy. We are still, I'd say, top 2, top 3 regarding that kind of Premiership. Well, not era, but in terms of where we are at this present moment in time. So Zubimendi do I think he's going to leave? Or 100%? I think if he goes to Man City, I'm sure that he knows he's probably going to play second fiddle the moment Rodri comes back. Does he want to do that, or does he want to come to Liverpool, where I'm not going to say that he's going to come straight in, because I think Gravenberch is doing an amazing job, but again, there's a kind of project there. You can see exactly where he fits in. Gravenberch can also play as a number 8 as well, which will free him up.
That's what I want, Gravenberch,
So again, it all depends on what he wants.
I would love whether it be a destroy midfielder or just a simple control midfielder like Zubimendi. I would love a proper CDM there next to Gravenberch and McAllister. I would love that. Put McAllister to 10, get him playing those intricate passes, and get Gravenberch a bit more box to box and not have to rely on defending a lot, because his progressive runs are ridiculous. Gravenberch on the ball, but I don't want then McAllister to have to sacrifice his game and cover Gravenberch. Obviously, midfielders do that. I play midfield myself, so I know what it means to sacrifice my game to someone else go up front or me go forward. So they've got to come back. But I want McAllister and Gravenberch to focus on what they do best, and that is going forward. and that's going forward. And if we can get someone to sit there, whether it be a destroyer like a Fabinho or a controller like Azumendi or back in the day Xabi Alonso, if we can get someone like that, then that'd be perfect for the other two. I know you're looking like Elliott and Szoboszlai not getting in, but they've got to fight for the place. This is elite football. This is the Premier League football. This is Liverpool Football Club, one of the biggest clubs in the world. If we don't have players fighting for the place and keeping other players on toes, then we're not going to be competing for the biggest trophies. And that's what it's always been about. Even like, I know squads are more important now, but even like back in the 90s, Man United had 4 class strikers to choose from. They kept each other on each other's toes.
Yeah.
How important is that squad going forward now for us and getting that squad depth in?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's really important. You know, again, a starting 11 will win you games, but a squad will win you trophies. You know, and again, you could have mentioned, I'd say, like one of like the strongest Manchester United squads. You look at Arsenal back in the day. You look at Chelsea back in the day. Again, you know, they had players who could come on to still affect the game and probably even make that team even stronger. But a question to you: do you think Harvey Elliott could be the replacement for Mo Salah?
No, I just don't think he's physical enough for that wing and what you expect of wingers. Even like wingers now, the more like inside forwards out there, and it sort of possibly suits him there if we played a balanced across the three. If we played 3 players like him across the 3, then it'd sort of work. We played more inside, a bit like Leipzig do with like Xavi Simons. He's not a winger, is he? But they played like 2 inside attacking midfielders, can't they? But I think that would work if we had like. But Diaz is a winger, Gakpo's a winger. So I don't think it suited the balance. I've always wanted Elliott at 10. I've always said if we start playing 4-2-3-1, someone a number 10, get Elliott in there. He's a proper number 10. Are you back in? You're back in. So yeah, it's a proper number 10. I know he played in midfield a couple of times, but it doesn't suit that. It doesn't suit right wing. He's not got the pace for right wing anymore. I know he played right wing for Blackburn, and that's class at it, but it's a different level now, and it's more physical on the right wing. You've got to hold the ball up like Salah does. You've got to get past players like Diaz and Salah do. I don't think Elliott can do that. He's too technically gifted to be out there and not physical enough to do that. He's more like a McAllister. He sees the little passes. He does little 1-2s. I know Salah does a lot of 1-2s, and Messi did that. Messi was brilliant at it for the right wing, but he needs to be a bit more physical for that for me. What do you agree with that? I don't know. Why do you?
Yeah, I mean, I know that we did play him wide right a few times, and he wasn't as effective as he was going like through like the middle. I know that there was a period where people were talking about Elliott probably breaking into the England team before he broke his leg against Leeds.
Yeah.
And then of course, you know, I'm not saying that he's still recovering from like that, because like he's had some amazing performances since. But again, it's, you know, how long will Harvey Elliott think, okay, you know what, I should be starting now? And is Liverpool a place where I can start almost week in, week out for me to really kick on if he kind of really wants to? Because again, that's the kind of conversation that I was thinking about Curtis Jones with Joe Gomez, and Harvey Elliott has to probably come into that conversation. And again, it's really unfortunate that we're talking about, you know, our kind of British-based players when we're kind of talking about these guys that may not fit into the Liverpool squad, right? Oh, sorry, the Liverpool first 11. But, you know, it's still a conversation. Again, the amount of games that we play on average is going to be over 70 games a season. Harvey Elliott will kind of get his opportunity. Injuries as well, and you know, players retiring and like whatnot. So let's just watch his space, I guess.
It'd be interesting to see what Slot does with Elliott, because we've not seen him under Slot yet. We've not really. It's the pre-season. We've not seen him like. Does he see him as a first team? Because last year he was sensational. One of our best players last year, and I think he played himself into the place. And I thought, you know, this season kicking on now, we've got playing number 10. He's going to play. He's going to play Elliott. The way he played last season was sensational. And Szoboszlai, again, he's been underwhelming at times. I know he's doing a lot of things off the ball, but on the ball, he's been underwhelming for what I expected of Szoboszlai. He started fantastic in his Liverpool career last season, but then he faded off, and he hadn't really got that form back since, I don't think. And it is about playing into that place as well. I mean, Curtis Jones, he was sensational against Chelsea, but then against Arsenal, he was non-existent. And it's about, if you want to nail that place down, don't play well against one team. You need to do it again and again. And that's the problem. That's been Curtis Jones' problem. I don't think RBL is like that, but I think that's been Curtis Jones' problem. He'll stand out in the game like, why are we not playing this guy? This guy's unbelievable. What a game. And then the game after, but just mediocre. And it's like, well, this is why we're not playing you. This is why you're not getting a starting. This is why you're not starting a player. He did it against Porto. He played unbelievable against Porto in the Champions League, and then the game after, when he played again, he was just mediocre. And it's happened again. Say Szoboszlai is in the number 10, Robbo's number fullback, Diaz. Who on the bench would you say is going to be one that's going to nail down their place next? Obviously, you've got Gakpo on the left wing, you've got Elliott, you've got Jones, you've got Tsimikas, Conor Bradley, Nunes.
I mean, so who's the next player, up and coming player, that's going to nail down their place for Liverpool?
Say like your starting 11 is going to be Alisson, Trent, Konate, Van Dijk, Robbo, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Jota, Salah. Who on the bench, who on the squad depth then should be is going to push for their place and nail it down. So it seemed like Gakpo sort of nailed down this place after the Euros, but then Diaz playing like this is pretty much took it back.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Gakpo's been like looking lively. I think Curtis Jones. I think he'd be very, very unlucky not to at least start the next couple of games. He's been immense. Again, Szoboszlai's been a little bit, I don't know. He just hasn't been really kind of hitting like the levels that we all expected him. But he's still young. This is his second full season as well. But yeah, I'm actually looking at Curtis Jones. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Curtis Jones can now look at his performances and think, okay, you know what? I think I should be starting a lot more, and literally not just being an impact player. I should be an influential player in the middle of the pack that can actually pull the strings.
We've got Brighton tomorrow night. If you're watching, this is obviously Tuesday night. We've got Brighton tomorrow night in the cup. Then we've got Brighton again at the weekend on Saturday. 3 o'clock kickoff. However you're watching it, I don't know how people watch it these days. Or 3 o'clock kickoff, because there's some ways you can watch it, there's some ways you can't watch it. But what do you expect from the starting 11 tomorrow night to Saturday? And it's the same. We're playing the same team, so you're going to see a little bit of rotation. It's a tough game.
Yeah, I mean,
to play.
Yes. So of course, it's the kind of cup competition. So it's the League Cup tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So I personally, I don't expect. I literally expect probably like the fringe players and the younger players to actually come in tomorrow. Again, do I expect us to win that game? It all depends on the team that Brighton put out. But again, I think I think everyone, I'd say the majority of Liverpool fans, if not all of them, would say play quote unquote like a weaker side on Wednesday and make sure that like the full team or like the team that you want to start in the Premier League are rested and focused on what they have to do, because again, it's a Premier League that we that's the kind of competition that we want, probably even more so than the Champions League, to be honest. So yeah, I'm expecting a whole heap of changes. I'm still expecting a good Liverpool performance tomorrow. On Saturday, I'm expecting a Liverpool win.
We've got a bounce back with a win at home to Brighton, and if we drop points there, then if City win again, I think City have got Bournemouth away. I want to say, they've got Bournemouth away, so that's another game they probably should win. So we don't want to fall too behind City, because we know it's like trying to catch City. It's an impossible task at times. It really is. Before we do go though, Tavares, I want to talk. We've spoken about the best 11 tonight for Liverpool. AC Andem, thank you for your tweet, by the way. 'Cause it was a bit of an excuse from you there, AC Andem. It wasn't Liverpool's best 11, let's be honest. But if we were to go through our 11 now, which 3 players in the past of Premier League years would you put in that team to improve it? Obviously, you could pick like someone like Steven Gerrard, but do we need a Steven Gerrard? Does that make sense? You got to pick 3 players that we need the most in the starting 11 that we've got now. Who would you go for? See if we agree on players as well.
Yeah, so I would go with someone that you mentioned before in centre mid would be Xabi Alonso. I would sit 3.
So you'd have Xabi Alonso for who would you swap? Szoboszlai and
for
forward.
I would, even though Gravenberch is good, I would take Gravenberch out and still keep McAllister and Jones in there.
Oh, that is controversial.
Yeah. I mean, like Alonso was just different gravy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Gravenberch, I'm sorry, you've just got to hold the bench for just a couple of seasons, man. It's all right.
We'll get you some game time.
Yeah.
2 more.
Very 2 more. It's very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go with Fernando Torres. I think Fernando Torres.
It's between him and someone else for me. For that position.
I know who like you're gonna go with. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Fernando Torres. I think
flick back, blonde hair, headband Torres. Not the cut brown hair Torres.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm saying like the one that gave Vidic a torrid time on numerous occasions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean again,
I like his
Torres for so Torres for obvious reasons. And the third one
this is Benitez era. This is 06, 07. This is Benitez era.
My third one. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna I might go with.
I don't think you're left wingers, but we don't need a left winger.
Yeah.
I think that
exactly.
Mane to push in there, but you don't really need them.
No, I mean, I would go with this, and I'm like probably reaching right now. So like forgive me when I say this name. I'll probably go with John Anarisa, maybe.
Ooh.
I think defensively he was solid. Wasn't really the quickest. But again, he had a hammer of a left foot. He could, pick out a pass.
He was an attacking fullback before attacking fullbacks were like popular, in terms of getting forward as well.
Definitely, and how sometimes not even just Liverpool, but there's like a lot of teams that would literally get to the 18-yard box and just kind of pass it from side to side. And if Reece is running onto a ball that's kind of been given to him, and he's like one of the best in the in the business in terms of running onto a ball and striking it cleanly. I think I'd say John and John Arisa. But I'm probably stretching.
But I do get it. I do see it. But my 3, that blonde Torres, right? That blonde headband Torres was like one of the most clinical players I've ever seen in my life. But even if going back to clinicality, I didn't go back to 18-year-old Michael Owen. He was ridiculous as well in terms of he frightened teams. He made an unbelievable Arsenal team look garbage in that final. And then obviously Suarez is the best striker we've ever seen in a Liverpool shirt in terms of talent. So would it be Suarez I'd have to put there? I think it'd have to be Suarez. I'd have to put there. I'd have to. I think he's better than Torres, better than Owen, better than Fowler in terms of talent. I think it comes up with goals just like that and all. And it's that Salah's having a bad game or whatever, winning another match when I can come up with nothing by himself. I'd be stupid not to say Gerrard, but where would I put Gerrard in? I'd say fuck it. Forget the DM for a second. I'd put Gerrard at 10. I'd put Gerrard at 10, right? I'd put Gerrard at 10. I'd say just keep Gravenberch and Mac there because we won't even need a DM at that point. Gerrard, Mac, Gravenberch as midfield. I'm talking like prime. I'm talking like prime Gerrard as well when he played number 10 behind Torres. Oh, would I get Gerrard Torres back? Would I get Gerrard Torres back as that combination?
Yeah, because you know I didn't want to say Gerrard because that's the obvious.
It's obvious one, isn't it? Yeah.
The obvious one. So literally, I want to stay away from like Gerrard. So you know what? Yeah, you've got to stay away from Gerrard. Like who else apart from
who else? All right. Then I want to look at if I was happy with Gravenberch and McAllister there, I'd look at Coutinho at number 10 role.
Oh yeah.
Prime Coutinho, the one that was just ripping the league.
Yeah.
Or if I was looking at a DM, I'd look at Fabinho or a Mascherano. To get the ball back. But also, I would not, as random as mad as it sounds, I would also I love Konate, absolutely adore Konate. I know he's got a couple of mistakes in him as a young lad, but I'd love to see Hippier and Van Dijk as a partnership. I think that's as solid as you get.
Yeah.
So the three I'm choosing. If I can't choose Gerrard, I'm not going to choose Gerrard. I'm going to cheat. Suarez, Coutinho, Hippier.
I think your three are better than mine. I'm not going to lie to you. I totally forgot about Hippier.
I like the Alonso one though. But just Coutinho, we're missing that someone can shoot outside box. The guy just put in a free kick every single week or something in the top corner for no reason.
Yeah, true.
And he was ridiculous on the ball.
Yeah, I think Torres was good, but I mean, again, like you had to give him the service for him to actually act a certain way. But yeah, I can see, yes, again, Suarez, like his playing ability, amazing. Of course, Coutinho, yeah, I totally don't understand that. And yeah, Hippier, okay. Yeah, I think your three are better than mine. I'm not.
I'm not better. No, I can see both. Though.
They are better.
It's an interesting conversation to have that actually. Without Gerrard as well, it makes it more interesting because Gerrard, like you said, is the opposite pick. Anyway, thanks for joining me today, mate. Anyway, we've got obviously match preview tomorrow. Hopefully, come out before the Brighton game if we can get it done in the morning. Don't forget for match reaction as well for the Brighton game after the match. I think we 7:45 kick off, so a bit talking about 10:15 match reaction, a late one again. I know 10 o'clock, 10:15 match reaction, live tuned on tonight. On Thursday, I'm going to do a talking rivals show as well. I've got a couple of rivals coming on talking about their progression in the league. Got plenty of content coming out every single day. Obviously, trying to get daily content out for you guys, different kind of content as well. I hope this show was good for you guys as well. Nice surprise to Rice. I didn't know what we were going to talk about, but I felt like this where we can change things up a bit. We're bored of talking about the same thing all the time. We need a little bit of content, a little bit of change in the content we do. Because if you look at other channels online, they might just do the same content every day. You don't want that. You want change. You want something new. You want something exciting. Please get involved if you are watching as well. Subscribe to the channel. Notification bells on. We're live as much as we can, but we've got daily content coming out as well. And like this video. Thank you for joining, Reds, and have a great night.